Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. Suzanne, Vega, Caramel. And this was a request by Lenny. Thank you so much for this request and donation. So I here in the US sometimes it's pronounced as caramel or sometimes caramel, right? Depending on where you're from, I guess. Here in Dutch we just say caramel. It's basically it's pretty much the same, right? All right. Let's jump into this. I've only reacted to two songs before by Suzanne Vega. Really liked them. One was very heavy, which is Luca. Very, very relatable and hits close to home, that song. And then New York is a Woman, also a really great song. So let's jump into this. Ooh. Oh. Sensual.
It won't do to dream of caramel, to think of cinnamon and long for you. It won't do to stir a deep desire, to fan a hidden fire that can never burn true. I know your name, I know your skin, I know the way these things begin, but I don't know how I would live with myself, what I'd forgive of myself if you don't go. So goodbye, sweet appetite. No single bite could satisfy. I know your name, I know your skin, I know the way these things begin, but I don't know how I would live with myself, what I would give of myself if you don't go. It won't do to dream of caramel, to think of cinnamon and long for you.
Wow. What a sultry, smoky delivery on this, that extra air, that sensuality that I felt in this music as well, which I hear. This is in a bossa nova rhythm, right? And I wouldn't have known that this was mentioned in the request, so uh, I'm not that knowledgeable yet with these terms. I have reacted to this style before, maybe even a song that was that of that name. I forget. But that, really that swagger, that flow in that rhythm, you really feel that with the percussion, the bass, really, really, really great music. Very sensual and, rhythmic, right? It's just, it makes you want to move. It makes you want to sway your head side to side. And really, really great song and video as well. And yeah, she sounds amazing, and very, it's again different than like a Luca, for example. I love exploring artists to have such wide range, not only in terms of vocal ability, but meaning like in terms of topics they cover or certain styles and rhythms they try out in the music, but also in the vocals, in terms of delivery and stuff, and finding pockets that you wouldn't necessarily think of yourself. It's just like, oh yeah, I love listening and watching the artists, on top of their game. Awesome. And in this caramel, one bite, it wouldn't suffice, right? Because she said, I know how these things, how, what was it? How I know the way these things begin, so that same bite of caramel that you would want to have, it's appealing, it's seductive, the to resist and to restrain from having some is hard. And you said only one bite, but there's going to be more. Same with this relationship or a person that might not be entirely good for you. You say, I better stay away, because if I do this one thing, then we're going to spiral and it may go out of control. And I can't, I know how these things begin. So restraint, that's a tough one. Never started, like, oh, we're going to have one potato chip right now. And said no one ever. Right? Like, this whole bag's gotta go. So we know temptation everywhere around us, and it's hard to resist, sometimes. And when it comes to love and being intoxicated by a person, or you look into their eyes, or you drown in them, and you know that caramel represents that, the longing, the temptation, sometimes even might not be as good for you, even though it tastes sweet. All of that symbolism in there. I love that. It represents so many things in this song. Like, it's sweet, it's seductive, it tastes great, but then again, it might be bad for you. So you know what? I forgive myself if you don't. You need to go. I can't live with myself. So you better get going and take your caramel with you. Oh wow, that's a great, man. That is a great song. Really awesome writing, very poetic. And if you look at it on the page, very little words. That's not an easy feat to pull off. Like, I've been going on for almost, 4 or 5 minutes now, just talking about this one thing. And that's already many, many, many more words than this song contains. Just so to do that is, economic writing, right? Yeah, I love that. I love that. Really, every word is there is there with purpose, right? There's no filler, all thriller. So really, really good stuff, man. Wow. Suzanne Vega. Awesome artist. Looking forward to more. Recommendations are always welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a great day. Goodbye.